so let's talk about this transaction. I put together a quick kind of slide to give you some ideas, but in essence, 3 duplexes, you guys know this, they're all kind of shoeboxed next to each other, and it should be a relatively easy, is in air quotes, but it should be a relatively easy transaction. It is small. We already have really good insight on who the residents are, who are living in the building. So I think we've got a pretty good head start on converting. I'm going to share my screen real quick and jump in. This is not a monologue. This is a dialogue. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
You're talking about the residents, and you mentioned earlier that several of them expressed interest in buying.
Yeah.
Are they qualified home buyers?
We don't know that yet.
Have they met with PHC yet?
Nope, not yet. We're getting them into that process right
I
now.
saw that was in the dinner kind of ideas too, so that's cool.
Yep. So I'm going to share about that right now. Everybody can see my screen. All right. So we took ownership Friday, and this is kind of the process. I wanted to lay it out and give everybody kind of an idea of what's going on. So these blue tabs are the, I guess, contractors, the people doing the work. And there's more that I don't have here, but I will. So, and then green are the people that we've identified. We already know that are doing it. And then there's a couple of yellow that I don't know yet. So Realtor. Marilee is kind of, I mean, pardon my French, she's a badass. She does a lot for us. She kind of does 3 different things. So she runs Gold Star Property Management. That's her normal, that's her business. And she's a realtor, and she's our relocation specialist. So she wears a lot of hats. So this line right here with Marilee, between the realtor and the property management, her husband, Chris, is the mortgage broker. So in these, we got 3 really important pieces covered with this husband and wife duo, right? And then the legal, all the legal stuff is done. Deneen, the attorney firm, is Harker Lepore. You guys know that I've already done 3 other condo conversions in this year, right? And so we're already selling. Hey, Dana, just FYI, we sold our 4th unit in campus last week. The offer was full price, close in 2 weeks, no contingencies. It was amazing.
So I want to super celebrate that, and I want to ask you, how does that compare to your expected velocity?
Oh, yeah, we're slow. Like, really, truly, everybody should know the condo market has changed from a year ago when we started. We have these stupid tariffs, and it has really impacted the economy. It's been slower. The days on market started out at like 53 days on market a year and a half ago, and now they're like 73 days on market. So it is longer. Our properties, for whatever reason, are selling faster. We're averaging like 3 of the 4 were sold within a week after listed. They went pending within a week after listing. So that's pretty darn good. 1 took about a month to go from listing to pending. Marilee she's really good at managing the marketing piece of getting properties sold. So what we typically do is we'll have a meet and greet, right? Cindy's been researching locations. We haven't got one picked out yet just because this particular neighborhood doesn't have a lot of restaurant choices. So we'll typically have a meet and greet generally within the first 14 days. And at that, we do some quality. Oh, let's see here. Somebody just came in. Hey, Marilee, I was just talking about you. Literally this second, I was talking about you. Okay, so tell us about you, like the 30-second version.
30-second version. I've been in real estate for 21 years, property manager, owning the Gold Star Property Management for the last 2 years. And I have 2 kids and 2 stepdaughters and 3.5 grandbabies. The 4th one will be here very, very shortly, any day, any minute. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that piece. Okay, so going back to your role. So I was just telling them about like this whole part of, so Marilee deals with relocation, the utilities. We have to change utilities. She's going to take care of the rent payments. We're going to schedule this meet and greet probably in the next 10 days or so, 14 days, something. You and Cindy are coordinating that. What we typically do is we will walk in and we're going to learn light bulbs. bulbs. I know that seems really small, but light bulbs are a big quality of life issue, right? If it's too dark to see your way from the car parking lot to your house, that's a big deal. So we're looking for those really, really easy quality of life upgrades, right? What's going to make their life easy and better with a $2 light bulb or a $10 light bulb, or if God forbid you got roaches, let's solve that problem, right? These quality of life issues we deal with really quickly at the meet and greet. And then we do at that same event, and this is usually some dinner somewhere, like a Giuseppe's or a McMinimans or some reasonably quality restaurant, right? We're talking $20 to $25 meals. We try not to go super cheap because we want them to think of us not as landlord, but as partners. So, I mean, a lot of psychology has gone into this. We've done this 3 other times now, and we've had great success. So at that, we verify, we send letters, and then we've got a set of lenders. It is 120 what?
I thought it was 120. I didn't realize.
120 total.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't realize 180.
Yeah. Well, there's another set of triggers at 180. Do you want to talk about the letters, Marilee?
Certainly, yeah. So the first letter that gets sent out is a 120-day letter generated by the attorney that says, hey, so-and-so LLC is doing a condo conversion on your property, and this is a 120-day notice to vacate the property, but also there are some stipulations in there. I think they've got 30 days to kind of, let us know, or is it 60 days where they can let us know whether or not they want to purchase and, become a homeowner, or if their intention is to vacate. I send out a 90-day notice. So 30 days after that first letter goes out, I send out a 90-day notice that says, hey, the owners are going to be doing a condo conversion and you have 90 days to vacate the property. And that doesn't supersede their ability to purchase. It just says, hey, this is what's going on. And then at 45 days to the end, if they are not going to purchase, then they would get a relocation assistance.
And this is why it's so important that Chris and Marilee are collaborating, right? So you'll see this line connects with credit repair to this line, right? So Portland Housing, Chris, together, they're working on credit repair because ultimately at this 120-day period, we need to know, are they approved? This to Dana's question, are they approved, or do we need to plan on exit? Right. And so at that 120 days, we will have a decision. They will either be approved with a letter pending, or they're going to have to relocate. Like it is a very hard truth of life. We try to make it easy. So in later conversations, we're going to talk about the down payment assistance program that we have. We're going to talk about the down payment assistance program that Portland Housing Center, I'm trying to keep it to 30 minutes. So we'll have more conversation about the down payment assistance, but there's a ton, like just the 30-second level. Generally speaking, Portland Housing gives them $20,000 and will give them something like $7,500. In this case, it's really close to 10% down. And then we'll have another conversation about if we want to carry a contract, and that's another conversation. But do you guys understand the basics of where we are today? Okay.